Reality shows are one of the biggest things people watch on television. This is because the events that happen are not scripted and naturally unfold in front of the viewer. One show that is helping people want to become healthy again is The Biggest Loser. The contestants are a bunch of overweight men and women who work out and go on a diet, and at the end of the week, one of these players will be eliminated. The person who loses the biggest number of pounds after a 3-month campaign will win $250,000 and have a second chance of living a healthy life. The individual doesn't have to fight for money in order to make some lifestyle changes. As the saying goes, health is wealth, and this is something more precious than any sheet of paper with a dollar sign has to offer. People are able to burn more calories while exercising. This means the body will burn the food eaten, and this has to be replaced so there is energy after to do other functions. The individual should get a meal that has the right amounts of carbohydrates, proteins and fats so this can repair damaged tissue, refuel and lower the body's cholesterol. Here are some examples of food that should be eaten after a workout. Eating bread has been known to replenish the energy lost after a workout. Since this has certain ingredients that are high in bad cholesterol, this can be substituted for wheat bread that is much healthier. Nuts can also help lower the cholesterol, and getting some low-fat peanut butter will surely make a great sandwich. Having a fruit is also good to lower the cholesterol. It is advisable to eat as a whole instead of taking away the skin or turning this into a juice. Studies have shown that eating it the way it is keeps the natural fibers that are good for the person. An apple is just one of many fruits that can be eaten once it has been washed. If the person wants to save some money after going to the gym, it is best to pack some snacks that can be consumed after a workout. Cutting some carrot sticks or slicing a few tomatoes, then packing it in a plastic container will come in handy after taking a shower and reporting for work or when going home. When the person comes home, it is time to prepare something that can provide better sustenance. An example could be having some fish or chicken thrown into the microwave or having it steam. Studies have shown that frying using cooking oil also increases the person's cholesterol level, so cooking it in another manner can reduce this. Having some vegetables along will help make this a healthy meal. Some garlic and onions can be prepared since studies have shown this to lower the liver's production of cholesterol. The serving for tonight can end with some yogurt for dessert, leaving the individual satisfied and light. Lowering the cholesterol will not happen overnight. By observing a proper diet with exercise, the individual will be able to lose weight and cuts down the cholesterol levels that puts the person in potential danger of high blood pressure, a stroke or a heart attack. There is a saying that goes, "We are what we eat." This is so true, as the food being consumed may affect the cholesterol levels inside the person's system. This makes the person prone to high blood pressure or heart disease through age, which could leave the patient paralyzed or dead. The only thing to do before it is too late is to make some changes in the individual's diet. While many of the good stuff that people love to eat have high concentrations of LDL, better known as bad cholesterol, this can all change by consuming those that have HDL or good cholesterol. Here are a few examples. A good way to start a healthy diet is to have a breakfast. Instead of eating bread, the individual can consume oatmeal instead. Studies have shown this can lower the cholesterol in the body by more than 20% after just 2 weeks of use. This figure can go down some more if this becomes a habit before going to work. It is tough to just have oatmeal in the morning. Sometimes, the individual can have a fruit. An example could be an apple. Studies have shown that people who eat at least 2 full apples a day or drink 12 ounces of apple juice are able to reduce the chances of heart diseases by 50%. This can be purchased at the supermarket and eaten during any time of the day, such as dessert after a light meal or as a snack. During lunch or dinner, the person must have some vegetables in the meal. Those who order can have fish or poultry instead of eating red meat. Such dishes are not high in saturated fats, which are healthier. Those who love to cook at home can try mixing some healthy ingredients in the meal. One example is garlic, that has natural properties that can declog the arteries and again lower the odds of succumbing to heart disease. Having a can of pork and beans is also good for the diet. This is because it contains soluble fibers that can combat the bad cholesterol in the person's body. There are not that many people who will do this, but those who are able to eat even a half an onion daily will be able to increase the HDL and lower the LDL. People are often told that fats are not good for the diet. This isn't entirely true because this comes in many forms. There are fats that are healthy, such as unsaturated ones and omega-3 fatty acids. Monosaturated and polysaturated ones are also effective since these are usually found in cooking oils. This means food preparation also plays a big factor in lowering one's cholesterol levels. The individual should read the label at the supermarket and read the ingredients to find out if this is healthy for cooking. Being a bit overweight or noticing a lot of bulges in the body is one way of knowing that the person is potentially at risk for succumbing to disease to high levels of cholesterol in the system. If the individual is unable to make a proper dietary plan, a specialist can help make one, so all the person has to do is follow it. Bad cholesterol nestles stubbornly in the body. This common fact causes great amount of effort to afflicted ones. If only cholesterol can be passed out or rinsed easily with water, then the fear accompanying its effects will not be gruesome to prepare about. The sad thing about bad cholesterol is its presence in the minute diameter of the veins, where the life-giving flow of blood must not be trafficked even for a second. Don't take it wrong. The presence of good cholesterol is an important ingredient in our vital processes. It is the bad cholesterol, which has to be prevented from clogging the arteries. Usually it takes years of careless consumption of high cholesterol foods to find out one day it is too late to eliminate the disadvantage. Cholesterol and weight gain go together, the main reason why obese or simple overweight people are prone to having high cholesterol levels. The main factors affecting the levels are some drugs, hereditary traits and food diet. This is the reason why there are normally weighing individuals who get surprised knowing their levels are high. Usually there is less information about preventing cholesterol from rising, and the only time they learn is when they get assessed clinically. It means one cannot simply trust personal diagnosis in claiming safety on future dilemmas with cholesterol. Keeping a healthy lifestyle is a must in preventing health troubles in the first place. While this is commonly said everywhere, the most practical precaution to be watched over is the food consumption. Avoid fats. In the meantime, there are food groups that are helpful in lowering cholesterol levels. It means foods with antioxidants help prevent the accumulation of bad cholesterol. Here are some of these helpful foods to consider. Oatmeal and other fibers. Oatmeal is a nutritious fiber with the reputation for its capability to reduce cholesterol. This benefit became an important issue based on expert studies sometime in 1980s until 1989. This eventually lost popularity and became another issue again in 1997 after the Food and Drug Administration declared how it can prevent heart disease if regularly taken with the practice of good diet low in fat. Other than oatmeal, fibers of the same kind such as bran, wheat, brewer's yeast, breads, rice, beans, legumes and other cereals help boost and improve the level of good cholesterol. Vegetables and fruits. Vitamin-rich and full of antioxidants, fruits and vegetables rank highest in the food pyramid group. Human beings are required to eat more of this than any other kinds of edible foods, especially processed ones. These have cleansing properties and do not contain a single fat, particularly citrus fruits rich in vitamin C. Cucumber, rich in vitamin E, is one of the best antioxidants good for fighting free radical elements causing different kinds of disease and discomforts in the body. Fish, tuna and other fish with white meat are good choices for healthy diet. Fish is low in saturated fat. Selected lean meats, chicken and turkey without the skin, liver, extra lean beef. Without the fat, these protein-rich foods are important part of low cholesterol diet. Yogurt, very good in the regulating the acids in the stomach, which is a good way to balance the digestion of food. Yogurt is healthy in regulating cholesterol levels because of this quality, while at the same time it is low in fat. James just had a blood test as part of the annual physical examination. This person exercised moderately and loved to eat, but this was all about to change when the results came in. The results showed that the LDL, commonly known as bad cholesterol, was much higher than the good cholesterol. The doctor said if some changes are not done, this individual will soon suffer from high blood pressure, a heart attack or a stroke. Being a father of 2 children, This person had to take the situation very seriously to be able to continue providing the needs for the family. Since James was working out twice a week, the doctor advised the individual to do it more often. This means working out 4 times a week and engaging in other activities to help lower the cholesterol. There is no point in exercising more often if the intake of food does not change. The doctor told James to make some changes in the diet because nothing will happen if the food being burned is just resupplied into the body. The doctor referred James to a dietitian. The two had a long talk about the food that was bad and this should be cut down. These should be replaced with those that are much healthier so the level of bad cholesterol can be lowered. The plan on paper looked very simple. James will have to eat food that is low in fat and no longer that rich in carbohydrates. During breakfast, this person can eat the yellow portion of the egg but not the white one. Instead of having coffee in the morning, this should be changed with unsweetened tea. There are times that James likes to eat cereals with the kids, but the milk this individual will consume is not the regular one but is non-fat. During lunchtime, something heavier can be eaten. Chicken can only be consumed without the skin. The portion of steak should be reduced and mixed with a lot of vegetables and side dishes. It will take some time to adjust to the new regimen, and people like James who are new to this will feel hungry in the late afternoon. Having some carrot sticks or an apple is much better than having a donut that has a lot of sugar. Instead of having a cola with the snack, this has to be changed with either water or fruit juice and not the artificial one but made of real fruits. The program continues on to dinner, which can be fish or pasta with some sidings. The person will be sleeping for the next 6 to 8 hours after the meal, so there is no need to fill it up. Drinking a glass of red wine is safe. This is better than drinking beer, which is something James had to give up. James to follow the plan even when dining out in a party or eating in a restaurant. There is no day offs for someone who is at risk of heart disease or high blood pressure, and this wasn't only for himself but also for the family. The next checkup with the doctor showed significant results. The LDL was much lower than the HDL, which was good for someone at that age. The diet program chosen by James is just one of many out there in the market. It takes some time to find the right program to be able to lower the cholesterol and be healthy again.